Former President Donald Trump faced another round of questioning from New York prosecutors Thursday. He sat down for his second deposition as part of the New York Attorney General's civil lawsuit threatening his business empire. He last spoke to them in August. It's just one of the many legal concerns facing the 45th president, including criminal felony charges related to hush money payments. CBS News' Major Garrett reports.
With less fanfare but equal defiance, former President Donald Trump was back in his once-beloved New York for a deposition in a civil case accusing the Trump Organization of business fraud. Sources say Trump did answer questions today, unlike his first deposition in August, when he took the fifth more than 400 times.
I declined to answer the question.
Then and now he accused New York Attorney General Letitia James of bias.
This is the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country.
James alleges the Trump Organization intentionally misstated property values in order to obtain loans and other benefits. According to the AG's filing, he claimed his Trump Tower apartment was worth $327 million, more than 3 times the sales price of the most expensive New York City apartment at that time. Trump has denied wrongdoing.
From the prosecutor's perspective, it's a fairly straightforward presentation. Here's what former President Trump valued his assets at, and here was their true value. There's your misrepresentation. There's your deception. There's your fraud.
Regardless of the outcome of the case or the other legal challenges facing Trump, he has vowed to press forward on the campaign trail.
No, I'd never drop out. No, I'd never drop. It's not my thing. I wouldn't do it.
Let's bring in CBS News Chief Washington correspondent Major Garrett. Major, back in August, the former president pleaded the fifth more than 400 times. This time, his lawyers say he was looking forward to answering questions. What's changed in the last 8 months?
A couple of things that are really important, Seth, and it's great to be with you. One thing is the president has always been eager to defend his company and his practices. But what he didn't know last summer, according to legal experts and his attorneys, is what answers given in that deposition might be tied in any way to what they suspected was an ongoing criminal investigation by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. Well, last week they learned the dimensions of that case, not happy about it for sure, but knew today that answers given in this deposition, in this civil case, were unlikely at all to be tied to that criminal indictment unsealed last week. So the Trump attorneys advised their client, the former president, now you can go on the offense and defend your company and your practices. So he had more knowledge of what was coming his way legally, both criminally and civilly, now than he did then.
And a common theme in the former president's legal concerns is attacking the prosecution. Could he face any real consequences for going after New York's Attorney General?
Not direct legal consequences that have been communicated to us by experts watching this case, Seth, but this civil case is set to go to trial in October, and everything that the former president has said about the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, who is African-American, calling her a racist and a Trump hater, et cetera, will be fodder for conversations with the jury about what it is that the former president is asserting and what's the foundation, what are the grounds for that. And if they are viewed by the jury as groundless, that could weaken his case. And experts we've talked to, Seth, have said, look, this is a pretty straightforward case from the Attorney General. It's a set of documents, a set of representations made by the Trump Organization. If those are in any way inconsistent or inflated intentionally from the actual underlying value, and if that was known by the Trump Organization, they consider this a pretty clear-cut case. The Trump attorneys do not believe that. They believe he has a solid case. And one of the arguments they make, Seth, is there's no one complaining about this. Everyone in the end was happy. Whatever the valuations were, nobody complained at the time. One of the things this trial in October should reveal is, are there victims who are willing to testify that they were victimized by what has been alleged by the Attorney General of New York?
Major Garrett, always great reporting and context. Thanks so much for joining us.